Hello, I'm here today with Rachel Hardwick, our new head of primary here at TBS. Rachel, first before we start, I'd like to wish you a warm welcome to our TBS family.
Thank you, it's amazing to be here.
Oh, great. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yep, so obviously my name's Rachel. I've been in Egypt for quite some time. I love this beautiful country, married to an Egyptian, and have twin daughters who will be going into year 2 here at TBS.
Oh, fabulous, that's great. So Rachel, tell me a little bit about your leadership journey to date.
Okay, so I've worked in lots of different schools all around the world, China, Qatar and the UK, and here in Egypt of course. And worked all across the primary school ages and phases and subjects. Most recently, I've really been responsible for assessment and how that plays such an important part in the learning of our students.
Now you mentioned assessment. Could you tell us a little bit more about the assessment tools we use at TBS?
Okay, so we use for our summative, which is our end of year or end of topic assessments, we use GL assessment, and these are a really valuable tool to be able to understand where the children are and where they need to get to. We work closely with GL assessment, and my role and what is key is being able to analyse that data, looking at the numbers and the figures at a whole school level to understand where the strengths are and where the gaps are. After that, the data is of course shared. Class teachers have a really important role at looking at that and really drilling down into each individual student, personalising the learning in order to ensure that every child has their targets met. And so it's so important to have a whole school view of it as well as individual student by student understanding.
You mentioned student targets. What will that look like for different ages in the school?
So it's age appropriate, but it's important that all students, no matter how young, they will be setting targets for themselves. They will be according to what that child needs at that moment in time, based on the information that we have of the child and continually observing the children. Some may have long-term targets, some may have more short bite-sized targets, but it's important that the students understand where they need to get to, what will success look like for them, so that they can work to reach their goal with our support and the support of their TBS family and parents.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, a question that's often asked is coming from parents. How can parents support children with this?
Well, parents are key to supporting us as a school and their child in their learning journey. It's mostly about communication. We need to have wonderful communication so that we can support each and every student. And it's the communication with the class teachers. They know the children best in the first instance, and if they contact parents and make suggestions for areas to work on, we appreciate parents supporting with this. Likewise, if parents contact the class teachers, it's always good for us to know what students are doing in and out of school. They spend such a long time at school that we need to communicate with parents to make sure that we are making sure all of their needs are met.
Thank you, that's great, thank you very much. Really interesting talking to Rachel there about assessment at TBS in the primary school. Make sure you watch out for newsletters that I'll be giving dates for more workshops with Rachel and the primary team and opportunities for coffee mornings to come and meet her in person.